Okay, so I'm in a 2024 Mustang GT. Last time I had a Mustang EcoBoost, and I was really curious what a GT would be like because I was kind of feeling like I was missing the power and the sound that I was looking for in the Mustang. So let's try this thing out, and the first thing I'm going to do, as you know from my last video, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the glass. It's actually fairly clean, but I see a little bit of dirt from the windshield wiper, so I'm just gonna wipe it down before we get onto the road. That's weird. I guess it doesn't let you start it with remote start. Maybe it's something to do with their auto theft system. I think that's what it could be. Alright, so it seems the seat's adjusted to someone who's much taller than I am, so I just need to get the seat adjusted. Anyways, so this is a 2024 Mustang GT. It's in a nice white color, and I like the black interior. I think it matches it for what the exterior is. Has the nice parking brake here, which the EcoBoost did not, if I recall correct. I noticed it's fairly similar. I think they're mostly the same on the interior. There's probably just very minute details. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out this cool spot here because this is Lewisville, Texas, and I know they have a nice area where I think it's referred to as the Colony, and they have this big Ferris wheel. So I thought I would get some nice videos there with this car and have that as the background. Me and my wife, we have one apartment key that we share. So right after I go to the Ferris wheel, I have to quickly get home and open the door so that whenever she's off work, let's just go ahead, get on the road and try to get home in time. It's already about 1:33 when I get to the Ferris wheel, so I need to get home a half an hour. So hopefully we can get there in time, and hopefully she's not waiting too long outside. All right, that was in manual mode by accident. But yeah, let's see if we can get on the road. Okay. But off the bat, whenever I picked up this 2024 Mustang GT, it sounded really good. I was pretty much laughing at how good this car sounded. I was like, oh my God, it's so loud. I can hear the exhaust from the back. And it just throws you back into your seat. Oh my God. Wow, this thing is a riot. Compared to the EcoBoost, this thing just has that thrill, number that I'm looking for. So let's see how it does on the turn. Does really good. Now let's get into the middle lane. This car is definitely a little more bumpy than the EcoBoost. I think the EcoBoost, as I came up here at Louisville, they have very beautiful scenery here. They have a lot of big houses and a lot of nice greenery here. I used to come to the Colony actually for a Cars and Coffee event. I think it was called Cars and Cantina. It used to be hosted every month, and you would see Lamborghinis, Ferraris, muscle cars, all kinds of different cars here. But unfortunately, it got shut down. It was actually a great place to come to because it was mostly like, it was a very peaceful event. There's no crazy burnouts, no one doing anything crazy, just a chill event, and I really like that about that area. And there were less spectators, so I used to get much better videos because not everyone is running after each car. So I think that was a little bit refreshing for me because I'm not gonna run after a car. I don't want to get injured, I don't want to get hit. But yeah, it's let's see how this Mustang does throughout day. And I actually have it till Sunday, so basically I have it for the weekend, and so we're gonna try this out and see how it does compared to the EcoBoost and other sports cars. Let's see how this car caters to the driver. Oh, the tires got a little squirrely back there. They got a little squealy, they got a little loose, but I let go of the gas immediately because obviously it's a Mustang, so you got to be careful when you're going straight. You don't want to go into the sidewalk. I've seen so many videos, probably hundreds of videos of Mustangs going into a crowd known as the crowd killer. So I definitely don't want to be one of those people who ends up on social media. So we're going to keep it chill. Oh man, something crazy is happening. Maybe big fires going on over there. And we're headed to the opposite direction. But yes, you can see the Ferris wheel. Hopefully the GoPro is catching that. I always drove by the Ferris wheel and I always wondered like how close can I get to it, because every time I came nearby it was always closed, so I never went to it. I don't know if the Colony really has any cool scenery for me to even get on the Ferris wheel. Alright. Well, there's the Ferris wheel. I forgot to turn on the camera. I thought I was recording and I was just talking to myself.
In 800 feet, turn right toward Grandscape Boulevard, Nebraska Furniture Mart Drive.
Let's see if we can get a photo with it in the background. Let me see if this is a good spot.
Head south.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure no one's gonna bother me about taking a photo. Let's get this phone. Let's see if we can get a good photo of the Mustang, maybe with the Ferris wheel in the background. Okay, I think that'll look much better. Alright, so now it's time to quickly head home, and hopefully I can beat my wife before she gets home from work. So it's gonna take me 31 minutes to get back home. I already have highways and city both set up, so hopefully there's no traffic that comes out of nowhere, but I think we're gonna make good time here before wifey gets home. Let's make sure this thing doesn't drive. You can hear that exhaust on, even like, it's not just pumped in from the speakers, you can actually hear the exhaust outside, which is nice. It's not just coming from the speakers and amplified, this actual exhaust, which is awesome. Oh my god, I love that. This is what a Mustang is. I love this. This is the definition of what a Mustang should feel like. I should be laughing all the time, not even going anywhere, not even going fast. I love that. I love the feeling of this car. A car that brings a smile on your face, there is no price tag for that. I love it. It is a lot more bouncy than the EcoBoost, and this one comes with Brembo brakes. If you saw in the walk around, I noticed that this has Brembo brakes. It has a little bit different wheels. The front is a little different. It's more of a shinier plastic, what it seems like, compared to the EcoBoost. Makes it feel more premium, and this is the premium edition or premium package. And with this gauge here, this speedometer gauges here, you can actually change them. You can hit the Mustang button here, and it has like its own customization here. I don't know if I can activate, I guess I can't activate it when I'm driving, but with that, you can customize how the screen looks, how the exhaust performs, like if you want it to sound louder when it's in comfort mode or in normal or sport. So I think I like that about this car. Oh, I think that's a BMW 4 Series or maybe an M4. I think it's a 4 Series. Ooh, it's blacked out too. That's nice. All right, well, now that we're finally at a red light for a bit, let me see if I can go to the Mustang mode. No? That's weird. Why can't I go to the Mustang mode? Oh. Whoops, I guess I was hitting the metal button and you have to click on the actual black part. But okay, so track apps, auxiliary gauges. I think this one's okay, but I was kind of curious. Oh, is the cluster theme. Okay, so Sport looks cool. Kind of reminds me of a Camaro for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why, but oh, okay. So that's like the track one. Ooh, that one looks pretty cool. Feels a little futuristic. Reminds me of the Honda S2000. And what's calm? Oh, okay. That one's okay. Kind of reminds me of like a Tesla. I don't want that. What's normal? I think... Okay, that's normal. I like track. Also has a little RPM meter too. A little digital screen for that. And the average fuel economy on this is 15.9. 15.9. The EcoBoost had 23 miles to the gallon. So if you care a lot about miles per gallon, this might not be the right car for you. But if you want miles per gallon and you don't care, then this is the car for you. What I like about this car is that even when you're just cruising, you can kind of tap on the gas. And it just holds the rev there. And sometimes it even gives you an extra little rev to make exhaust note when you're even just cruising, just to kind of remind you that even though you're commuting, you're still in a Mustang, and that's a Mustang GT. Themes. Let's switch it back to sport. I actually like sport better, surprisingly. I didn't think I would because I've seen videos of it before and I wasn't okay with it, but I actually like this one. I like it over the track one. The only time I'm gonna like the track one is obviously when I'm actually on the track. Oh my god, it just pushes you right back into your seat and it just feels like you're ready to take off a rocket. You feel like you're in a rocket ship, basically. That's how it feels. Lights green. It sounds so great. Even when I'm just going up to 45, could I see myself driving this every day? Yes, yes, and yes. I could see myself driving this to work every day and I would just be smiles and all giggles. I don't think I would get tired of this car. Oh look, there's a cool Jeep Wrangler here. And it is also raining, and that is somewhat Mustang's weakness. Gonna be careful when it gets a little slick out here, especially because I don't drive this car on the daily. But it just sounds so good. Just even driving in the city and you're not just going like a crazy speed, you still feel like you're having fun in this car. And I love that about this. I'm curious. If I do 3 taps of the gas, will this car rev the engine for me? No, it doesn't do that thing where I've seen some videos where some sports cars, if you tap the gas 3 times, they'll give you a little symphony of the engine notes. But I guess this doesn't do that. But man, even when you tap the gas, it sounds so good. Let's see how it does on this turn. Let's see if I can feel the weight here. You don't really feel it.
1.5 miles.
You don't feel the weight too much in the turn at low speeds, but we'll see over time if my opinion changes on that. Oh, here goes a nice Miata. Alright, so we made it home just in time before my wife gets home. Alright, so since my wife is still going to take some time to get home, I thought I'd quickly get some B-roll shots of this car because it's going to be raining all this weekend, so I'm not going to get probably good videos of the exterior by then. This car's going to get pretty dirty. Alright, so I've Mustang EcoBoost like interior review before, but I'm still going to cover this car as well just because it's a separate video. They have like nice leather stitching here. I like the materials, it's very nice. It's not all over plastic, it's actually soft touch material. This part here is plastic. I like the traditional Mustang door handle. It does have an LED light in here, and underneath it has LED, so it's a nice thing that you can change the colors. You can pick between red, blue, green, and all kinds of colors here. It has a nice Mustang logo here, and usually it emits Mustang logo underneath, but maybe that turns on at nighttime. And it has a nice handle here and a little bit of room for stuff to fit in here. You can't fit a water bottle in there. I like the seats, they're very comfortable and they're perforated, so it has like air conditioning or air coming through, cooled seats and heated. So that's nice. The steering wheel, it's a nice beefy steering wheel. You need that for a GT, you know. Has good vents, and here's the side console. You can fit just a good little amount of stuff in here. Maybe get like a little organizer to fit everything in there. And this one comes with a parking brake, or I guess the drift brake. It has the nice 2 screens that are combined. If you get the base model, the non-premium, you're gonna get 2 smaller screens, but it's basically the same thing. Do I like the combined screen? Yes, I like it over the little 2 separate tablet looking styles that they have. And rear space, I don't think I'd even try to get back there. I mean, and trunk space. Let's go ahead and open the trunk and show you how much space that has. I love this spoiler on this car. I think it's perfect for this. I wouldn't change it honestly if I had this car. That nice GT badge. They got a nice subwoofer in here. I don't think the EcoBoost had this, and it has a good amount of space here. I think you could fit about like 4 suitcases in here. So this is how much space. You can tell by the dimensions, it's not too bad, and it seems like it has rear splitting seats, so you can drop them and fit something that's longer, so that is nice. Now, let me turn the car on and you can hear the exhaust. Sounds so loud. Alright, so I got the B-roll footage in, and I even got to rev the engine, and oh my god, this whole car was shaking. It was so rowdy. Like, look. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. This thing is a riot. Oh my God. Literally, the whole front shakes. I mean, because of the V8, obviously, but oh my God. I think this is the most powerful car that I've had before. Like, I don't think I've driven a car as loud as this car. All right, so I got some lunch in, and now I'm back in the Mustang, and I'm enjoying every minute of this car. It's so fun. Even when you just turn it on, it is so loud. It just makes you feel really good inside. Classic Mercedes over there. It's like a 1980s Mercedes. My wife and I are gonna go do some shopping. Oh, okay. All right. Even just tapping on the gas, this thing sounds so good. Like, oh my God. And I noticed there's 211 miles to the tank, so I assume that maybe on a full tank this is probably getting 220 miles to the gallon, or 220 miles to the tank. It is a bit low. I kind of wish I had about 350 might have been nice, but I get it. It's a performance car. It's not gonna get good gas mileage. It's something that you're just gonna have to somewhat live with. So that is something that you're gonna think about if you're going on a road trip with this car and you're going in areas where maybe in 200 miles you don't see too much on the road. Be wary of this car and keep that tank filled up, because you don't want to get stranded somewhere where you don't see gas stations 20 miles and you're on E. I mean, you don't want to do that in this car. And the reason I say that is because I used to have a 1999 Honda CR-V, and it had a very small tank. I don't remember if it was 12 gallons or 14, but I remember it used to get around 230 miles to the tank. And I think it's because of being, oh, I see another Mustang across from me, like right beside in the other lane. That's kind of funny, seeing another Mustang in the wild. But with the CR-V, it had such a small tank that I would run out of gas within 230 miles, right? Because it was a really old car, had 250,000 miles on it. And what would happen is whenever I went up into the NC mountains, if I was going to a drive through to go to New Jersey or like Michigan, I remember every time I would go through North Carolina mountains, I would get the gas sign and I wouldn't see gas station for like 20 miles. It would literally be terrifying, and I would lose service. I would lose cell phone service. My GPS would lose service, and I'd be like, okay, I really hope I get gas soon. And usually I'm doing a road trip at night that you wouldn't see many cars on the road. I'm driving around like 2 o'clock at night, and you know, for me, I was like, I hate when people are on the road because there's always someone hogging the fast lane and there's too much traffic during the day, and you can kind of just cruise at night. There's a lot of trade-offs. So with this car, if you're gonna go on a long road trip, you're gonna have to take that into account with the low limited mileage that you have. Like, I do notice this has a lane keeping assist because it's kind of pushing me back into the road, back into my lane, and I'm just trying to avoid the bumps on the road. So that's something to keep in mind if you need to turn off lane keeping assist, but it is nice to have. Ooh, man. The car went a little to the left. When I floored it, it actually kind of did a little bit to the left, and I'm a little surprised about that, but I mean, obviously it's a rear-wheel drive car with a V8, so it's gonna get a little squirmy a bit, but oh my God, it sounds just so great. Oh, here's another Mustang, and I think, oh, it's another GT. Oof, nice. Oh my God, just even driving in traffic, this thing is fun. I love that. You don't have to do high speeds to get the thrill out of this car, and that's what I really appreciate about sports cars, is that you don't have to always be going super fast to get the thrill. Sometimes even going slow and just being able to rev the engine and just getting that thrill, it feels like a video game. It feels like I'm playing on a video game where you hear the engine behind you because of the seat with the speakers. It just sounds beautiful. It sounds great, it feels good, and the ride is very comfortable. It's not too comfortable to where it gets boring. I just love that about this car. It's comfortable, but at the same time, Ooh. Just even taking a turn, you hear the engine, and I just love that about this car. It's such a beautiful sounding V8. Alright, so this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And I am going to be posting a second video continuation of this car because I actually get to keep it for Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, that this was a 3-day rental for this car. I had it for Friday for this video, and I'm going to have it for Saturday and Sunday. That's going to be a whole nother video where I go even more in depth and I get more videos and clips of this car. So please stay tuned. It will probably come up as the next recommended video. So please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.